Hi, Democrats. Today is Tuesday, July 6th. Happy Tuesday. I feel like I haven't been live in like 19 years. Missed you guys. So first, I want to start out by giving a shout out to Senator Carrie Hicks, who I got to spend some not one-on-one, but I got to spend some time with her, not specifically in a political setting. And I just like her. So, hey, Senator Hicks, that's our highlight for today. So every day I'm going to come to you and I'm going to talk about bills, electeds, and elections. And today is, there's a lot on my mind because today is July 6th, which puts us squarely 6 months since the domestic terrorist attack on our Capitol on January 6th. And I'm just going to keep calling it a domestic terrorism attack. So, because here's what I know. I know that everybody knows what domestic terrorism is. And for some reason, folks don't understand sedition, treason, insurrection. They don't understand those words. And they can try to explain it away and say it had nothing to do with them trying to invalidate the elections. And so let's just separate the two and call it what it is. It was domestic terrorism. It was folks from within our country attacking our country. And so I'm feeling some kind of way about it today because it's 6 months. And so I actually took the time and spent the 40 minutes to watch the New York Times video. And if you haven't, watch the video because they've pieced together a lot of videos from the cameras and then also from cameras from the terrorists. Some of the ones that they've caught, and they were able to take their cell phones and get their footage because you know what you do when you're committing a crime is you go ahead and video said crime because you're proud of yourself. And so there's a lot of footage from the actual criminals. And then there's footage from all the cameras. They breached the Capitol in 8 different places. And I don't know how you walk through a broken window and then tell people you were invited. Don't know how that works. I always wait for people to open the door and let me in. And I mention it because it's the anniversary and all the news channels I've seen, a lot of Republicans, I won't say all of them, are still trying to downplay what happened, that it was just like any other tourist day. I will tell you, and I'm sure a lot of you who are watching me have been to the Capitol on a tourist trip. There was nobody climbing through windows when I was there. There was no one smearing feces all over the walls when I was there. It was people acting respectfully of the bastion of our democracy. And that's not what happened on January 6th, no matter how many times they say it into the Zoom machine. That's not what happened. It was actual terrorism. And so I just, like I said, I'm feeling a certain kind of way about it. I don't know. They were trying to interfere with the certification of our election. That makes it sedition and insurrection. But let's just focus on domestic terrorism. And people died. Let's not pretend like that's not what happened. People died. It's worth talking about. And so I think about that and I think about this commission and all the excuses people are giving for not approving the January 6th commission to get down to the bottom of it and find out exactly what happened, which is what we need to do. We need to find out exactly what happened. It was more than a security breach. It was more than the Capitol Police weren't on their jobs. And, shame on them, frankly. Those people were there fighting to protect their lives, and they're just willing to write it off and say that they weren't doing their jobs. Shame on them. And shame on the Republicans for not wanting to get down to the bottom of it because their lives were in danger as well. Did I already say I was feeling a certain kind of way? So meanwhile, in Oklahoma, don't forget, we've had some actual Oklahomans arrested for participating in that terroristic attack. So this isn't just a thing that's happening over there. It's Oklahoma there participating. At least 5 that I am aware of have been arrested for their actual participation. We know folks who were there but weren't participating. I believe that we have a sitting legislator who bragged about being there but not participating. I think Oklahoma deserves better. We deserve better than someone who would participate in domestic terrorism, participate in trying to unseat our government. I mean, but right now we have a legislator who brags about being there. So I say that to say we have 490 days till the election in November of 2022. We have 490 days. We have a lot of work to do. We need to register more voters. We need to recruit quality candidates. And if you're thinking about running, now is the time. Now is the time. Go out to okdemocrats.org, click on get involved, fill out the form. We will give you a call, talk about what seat makes sense for you, or if now is the time, or if you need to be added to our bench so we can get you ready. We have to put quality candidates against the folks that they're putting up, right? And I agree, Stacey, being there makes you an accessory. Unless you were there pointing out the evildoers, unless you absolutely, you were part of it. You knew what was happening. I don't want people going out to run for something. I want people focused on coming to Oklahoma so we can talk to them. All righty. So what makes a quality candidate? A quality candidate for the Democratic Party in Oklahoma believes in quality free education regardless of your zip code. Whether you're rural, whether you're in a lower income or lower wealth neighborhood, whether you're in a wealthy neighborhood, every kid deserves to have a quality free education. Now, if you can send your kids to private school and that's what you want to do, that's fine. We shouldn't really be paying for it. So Oklahoma Democrats believe in a free quality education, no matter what your zip code is. We believe in access to affordable health care. Again, whether you're rural or urban, you should not have an hour and a half ride to the doctor if something comes up. And one visit to the doctor shouldn't bankrupt you. And additionally, Oklahoma Democrats believe that everyone should have access to economic opportunity. You should be able to afford to keep a roof over your head if you work full time. That simple. And if you just need one more, Oklahoma Democrats believe we should be focused on Oklahomans, focus on the issues that matter to Oklahomans. Meanwhile, on the other side, it's guns and abortion. We're talking about education, healthcare, and economic opportunity, and they're talking about guns and abortion. Which side do you want to be on? And I'm not exaggerating when they're talking about guns and abortion. Senator Dom has already filed one bill for the next cycle, which doesn't start for months on months and months. But he's already said, I want to make it so that 18-year-olds can carry guns without permits, because that's what we need. Representative West is doing an interim study to figure out how we can get a gun manufacturer here, because those are the issues that are the most pressing to Oklahomans. We need elected officials in Oklahoma who are focused on Oklahoma issues and not trying to get on the national GOP bandwagon. We need to be focused on taking care of Oklahomans. And so, I mentioned those 2 gun bills because this weekend was a holiday weekend. And throughout the nation, over 400 people were shot this weekend. And the death toll is up to 230 souls dead because of gun violence over just this one holiday weekend. 230 souls dead because of gun violence. And our elected officials are trying to figure out how we can get more guns here. It's sad and it's depressing. They need to focus on the health and welfare of Oklahomans. So I told you it's going to be a little heavy. Sorry, guys. So let's talk about elections. I didn't really talk about a bill, but I talked about bill-esque things. Oh, I can talk about a specific bill. If you haven't signed a petition for 816, it is not too late. Sign a petition no on 816. That's the bill that is trying to stop the bill that's the petition trying to stop the bill that's been signed that says you can run over protesters and not get charged. And if you help set up the protest and something happens, you can be charged with a RICO Act, and they're doubling the fines. Find a petition, sign the petition. If you're in the Oklahoma City area, headquarters, 3816 North Santa Fe has petitions. If you're in the Tulsa area, Tulsa County headquarters, 3930 East 31st Street. I know that they have some in Canadian County. I know that there's some down in, I think it's Pittsburgh County, Comanche County. They're all over the state. So contact your county office and find out where you can find a petition and get that petition signed. We need to stop this bill that says it's okay to run over protesters. We don't need anybody testing that. Okay, so there's a bill. All righty, so elections. July 13th is voting day in a lot of Oklahoman towns. It's propositions. Tomorrow is the last day to request your absentee ballot to participate in that election. Tomorrow. So request your absentee ballot now. If you miss out on tomorrow, you're going to have to show up in person, and that's next Tuesday. But do show up in person. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go out to the Oklahoma State Election Board, put in your name, your birthday, and find out if you have a ballot. Study your ballot so that you know what happens. You need to be at your precinct every time there's a ballot waiting for you. All right, so that's July 13th. And because I like to keep it on a rolling calendar, August 10th, in other communities, not the same community, other communities throughout the state are more propositions on August 10th. And the last day to register to participate in that election is July 16th, which is why I thought it's important to tell you, because the time to register to participate in that is running out. You have 10 more days to register to participate in that election for August 10th. Whew. Last election I want to talk about is reconvene, and that's July 31st. You should be getting your call this week. I'm going to send out the call. It's July 31st. We're going to do a hybrid, partially in person, partially virtually. We're working out those details so that can go over as fairly as possible and easy to do as we possibly can make it. So save the date, July 31st, and we'll get you some details soon. All righty, that was a lot. You guys, you have a great day. And tomorrow, please log on tomorrow at 4:15 for our special guest. All righty, have a good one.